Every now and then, I love to get my friends together and force us to make cute little PowerPoint presentations about the things we love, to possibly persuade each other, and above all, make us laugh. This is the third time we've done this now, and I think it's probably the best one so far. So please enjoy, and let us know in the comments down below who you think made the best presentation. Folks, what is up, and welcome to another PowerPoint with Friends. It's been a hot minute since we've done these, but they're always a hell of a good time. We've got 5 contestants with our PowerPoints to entertain, to delight, to persuade. And at the very end, the chat is going to vote on who they think created the best PowerPoint of the day. We are, of course, joined by David, myself, Will from Subpixel, Elise, and Prij. Welcome, y'all.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And in the hot seat, starting us off, is David. What are you going to talk about, David?
You know what? We were on a stream a week or two ago, and I realized in anger that there's a particular subject that my friends don't know shit about.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks, Obama. How the ACA helps you, an American that never took the time to Google what the damn law did. So, yeah, we had this whole conversation, I think, during Saving Throw, of, like, not knowing that wellness checkups annually were free, and there's also a bunch of other stuff that's free.
I haven't been to a general practitioner in genuinely 7 years, David. You mean to tell me I could have been going for free this entire time?
Once a year, yes. Yes, you could.
That's insane.
But
maybe,
yeah.
maybe healthcare is better than I thought in this country.
I mean, it's still bad, but it's a lot better than it used to be. If you're not an American, saddle up, fuckers, because our thing's worse than yours. And you're about to... Everything that I bring up here, just a reminder, all passed during Obama administration, which means it's relatively recent. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What are some advantages of the ACA? Starting off strong, insurers can no longer deny coverage based on pre-existing conditions. Story time. So, in the 90s and earlier times as well, if you got super sick, like you had cancer and like you switched employers, the health insurance at your new employer could just not cover you because you had cancer. They could just do that. That was legal. That was a legal thing to do. Story time. So back in the 90s, my dad got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. It's okay. It's fine. But that was one of those things where if you switched insurers, they would frequently deny you coverage.
Got fucked.
They would absolutely fuck you over. So what my parents did, and I am not recommending anyone else do this in similar situations.
David.
Was so my dad at the time worked at our family grocery store in Cincinnati that is no longer existent. Discount Produce on the West Side. Shout out.
Hell yeah.
So what they did was my dad realized he couldn't work. He was going into a wheelchair all the time. My mom could work. So what my parents did was my mom started working at our store under my dad's name.
Whoa!
So that the insurance would not change. So my mom worked...
Was the store in on it?
Yes, they have to be. Because she worked under his social security number and everything. And also, to be frank, that was not unusual for small businesses at the time. Like, people actually did, like, help each other out on stuff like this back then. That was not a wild thing to do. It'd be wild if, like, someone only worked there for a year and you did that. But if it's, you know, someone who's been at your store for, like, 5-10 years, then, yeah, you're gonna help them out and help them commit tax fraud. So essentially,
just to be clear, that is illegal, right?
Oh yeah, no, that is very legal. It's several different types of fraud. It's employment fraud, it's social security fraud.
And what's the statute of limitations on this?
It's fine. My dad's dead, so it doesn't matter anymore.
I was going to say your dad is passed away, so I don't think they're going to come after him on that.
But yeah, so my mom worked like that probably for a handful of years. I don't know the exact amount, but yeah, she worked under my dad's social security number, identity, and everything for a number of years to keep insurance so that he would continue to be covered and we wouldn't get super fucked. At some point, parents divorced and then they stopped doing that. But like, yeah, up until like that point, my mom was working under a different person's name. Other huge advantages of the ACA: you can stay on your parents' health insurance until age 26. Prior to that, it was 18. Unless they're on Medicare.
They are old and they get on Medicare, because I had to buy my own insurance at 22 because my parents are old as shit. Let's go.
It has to be insurance that you also qualify for, which is not Medicare. So sorry, Zach. And I think same for Medicaid. Although if you're on Medicaid and not for like for income reasons, your kids will probably be covered as well.
Ew.
Also mandated minimum coverages for all health insurance plans. Before, it could be all over the place. You could have insurance that covered barely nothing. Now there's minimums. Banned caps on essential benefits. This meant like, say you got a particular type of, say you got like leukemia, the insurance company would have a cap on how much they would pay out for that disease. So like they'd be like, okay, the max you can pay out in your account's lifetime is like $200,000, which, hey, if you have leukemia, that ain't covering shit. So those caps are gone. It banned dropping patients after they became ill because, yes, that was a thing that insurance companies could do in the 90s. They could just drop you if you got too expensive.
That's literally insane.
Damn.
And then the big one that we talked about on Saving Throw is like preventative care. That's the wellness check. Vaccinations, medical screenings could no longer be subject to copays, and aka they're covered and they're free under all health insurance plans. Meaning, go get your annual fucking wellness check. And go get your vaccines. They are literally free. You can get them at CVS or fucking Walgreens or even Kroger nowadays. Just go get your vaccines. Hi, Raz. When people say they want to repeal Obamacare, keep in mind, this is what they want to repeal. I don't feel like Democrats say this loud enough. Like, this is the shit they want to repeal. So, yeah. All important things. But even great things are not immune from disadvantages, and there are some disadvantages to the ACA. There are some employers that abuse keeping employees below hours threshold for employers to like provide or contribute to health coverage. I think it's 30 hours. It might be 40. I want to say it's 30. So they might keep you at like 28 hours so that they don't have to contribute to your health insurance type of thing. But so that still happens. In some cases, there's increased costs for insurance. This is typically offset if you use your benefits, but if you don't use your benefits, then it's not offset and you're just paying money into the nether. So use your benefits. And one really specific one is that like lactate is not covered. It's categorized as a supplement instead of a medication. And that's low-key kind of racist. And this is where we go in a different direction, folks. Milk. What does big milk have on our government, and how is milk another vehicle of oppression? ACA's done.
Jason's about to join the call right now and scream at you.
This is only about white milk.
Oh, yeah. No, chalky milk, not
chocolate milk.
Chalky milk, not.
Chalky milk's okay.
Okay.
All right, so lactose intolerance by ethnic groups. This will not shock a lot of you, I hope, but if you're white, you're probably not lactose intolerant. If you're anything other than white, you're probably lactose intolerant. So yeah, 20% of white people, lactose intolerant, pretty small percentage. 50% of Hispanics, 65% of African Americans, 80% of American Indians, and 90% of East Asian folks are lactose intolerant.
I'm be so real with you. I had no fucking this is blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, no, lots of people lactose intolerant. Which is
statistically, one of the five of us is lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Hi.
Did you just say hi?
Yeah. So yeah, like lactose intolerance is like a huge thing. If it affected white people, we'd probably consider it an epidemic, but it doesn't really. Yeah, milk might be bad for us. Cheese. This is like super high in fat. Some cheeses are up to 70% fat. And that's Yeah, there's a lot of studies coming out saying like, hey, maybe cheese isn't good for you, but also we're not positive if it contributes to heart disease or not because we're not sure if it's bad fats. And if you don't, as with anything, if you don't eat it in excess, it's probably fine. Bones. New studies coming out saying there's little benefit to bone strength by drinking milk. Some recent studies from like Harvard and stuff have also even indicated that if you drink a lot of milk as like a kid growing up, it can actually have negative impact on bone strength. Doing literally the opposite of what Big Milk says it does. Milk in excess of a liter per day of 2% or whole milk does contribute to heart disease. That's a proven thing in papers. And
I will say more than 1 liter of milk a day is kind of an insane amount of milk.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's not that
1
much.
liter?
That's a normal amount of milk for a non-lactose intolerant me.
No.
Elise, you were drinking a shitload of milk. I remember talking about that.
From a bag?
From a bag.
Yeah. From a bag.
Just
I was drinking a bag of milk a day.
Fucking Franzia.
And one wild thing that I didn't even realize that Big Milk had been pushing, but they did, was that milk was good for weight loss. Hey, that's not true.
No, that's an insane thing.
There's zero evidence for that. Absolutely none. One of the big lies is that milk is like the only source of calcium. Hey, guess what? Spoilers, it's not. There's a shitload of other good sources of calcium. All of these, if you have like a serving of them, are relatively close to the same, if not more calcium than milk. So like spinach, tofu, the calcium and vitamin D enriched orange juice, bok choy, collard greens, sesame seeds, soy milk, almond milk, all of those have plenty of calcium. They're lying to you when they say they're like the only good source of calcium. It is a good source of calcium, don't get me wrong. But you can get those from other places and have a more balanced diet than just chugging milk all the time. And let's come back to Lactaid, because I want to talk a little bit about Lactaid. So Lactaid, you would think, or at least I thought when I started diving into this rabbit hole that is Big Milk, that Lactaid was probably founded and invented by someone who was lactose intolerant but liked to eat pizza or some other thing that had cheese or milk in it. No. In fact, Lactaid was founded by a dairyman who was like, you know how we could sell more milk? Is if we cured or had a solution for lactose intolerance. So they made Lactaid.
Honestly, kind of genius. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to give props to the big businessman, but it's fucking smart.
Yeah, but it's people who sell cigarettes also selling like cancer treatments is basically what this is.
selling Zins.
Yeah. It's fucked up. So yeah, Big Milk lies, bunch of liars, absolute bullshit. And you know what? You're not immune to the propaganda of Big Milk. Big Milk's been spreading propaganda for years. As a matter of fact, if you're an American, you're familiar with at least one of these images, I guarantee you. Several, if not all of them. They got Kermit the goddamn Frog to do a Got Milk ad. And let's be honest, he does have, like, the drip of Kermit there is insane. Unfathomable.
Oh, it's what the... I wish I was that good. That's insane.
I wish I had that drip. But Milk has done such a good job at lying that they got essentially every celebrity from all walks of life on the planet that are Americans to do ads for milk. People wanted
they got
to do
Austin
these
Powers
ads.
in there. He's not American.
Fair enough. He's not American, but like we got literally everyone from Steve Austin to Dennis Rodman to Taylor Swift and everyone in between to do these Got Milk ads. We got Mario in a Got Milk ad. We got The Simpsons in Got Milk. We got fucking Beyonce in Got Milk. Even radically left Tony Hawk did a Got Milk commercial. Like, come on. Government they've been lying and they've been using all of these celebrities to lie for decades.
Everyone's in the pocket of Big Milk.
They're all in the pocket of Big Milk. Our government is in the pocket of Big Milk. What do they have on them? Now, this is a true story. Back in the like earlier 1900s, essentially dairy farmers were like dairy was a part of a lot of other farming. And so if like the dairy side of a farming business failed, like the whole farm might fail. So the government did this thing where if dairy farmers couldn't sell all their product, like the government would buy the excess and like store it essentially in case there was a bad year.
Please tell me you're going to where I think you're going.
Oh yeah, I'm going to the caves. So there's a bunch of caves where they had like millions of pounds of processed American cheese, dehydrated milk, evaporated milk, milk powders, butter, store all this shit in caves. And at some point in the 80s, there got to be way too much of this shit in caves. And so Ronald Reagan, the guy, he was like, hey, this is a problem. We got to get rid of all this government waste, this government cheese. So what did they do? They took that cheese and they used it as part of the welfare programs, giving away free cheese to families that didn't have enough food. Now, at a high level,
I thought Ronald Reagan hated welfare.
Yeah, he does until it gets him in the pocket of big dairy, and then he's like, yeah, okay, I'm sure they're going to contribute to my campaigns. Now, let me bring this back up. Remember this slide? Lactose intolerance by ethnic group.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Government cheese, surprisingly, was racist. This was a racist program. Now, this is my math, but essentially I took the modern percentage of benefit users on SNAP. This is not an exact parallel to what would have been the case in the 80s when Reagan did this, but it's kind of the closest modern comparison that I could find easily. So I took kind of the ethnic background of SNAP benefiteers and then fit their lactose intolerance for each of those groups and then essentially added it up. So at the low end, this is the low end, they gave government cheese and 40% of the people they gave it to were lactose intolerant to it. So the government gave you cheese and gave you shits. That's what the government did. And at the high end, assuming like all of that unknown, because the uncertainty is there's like 17% that's like unknown ethnic background. So like at the low end, assuming they're all white, which they're not, it would be about 40%. And at the high end, assuming they're all Asian, which they're not, it would be like 52%. So it's realistically somewhere between 40 and 50% of all of these people that were getting government cheese, possibly higher because the numbers might have been different in the 80s.
That's crazy.
Were lactose intolerant to the shit they were being given on welfare. Which, hey, does it shock you that Reagan did something racist? Sure doesn't shock me.
Reagan, what? No.
Not again.
So I gotta ask a question. Who is the milkman?
God damn it.
Domestically, this is Dairy Management Incorporated, and abroad, this is the U.S. Dairy Export Council. Now, in the 90s, this actually changed. It used to be a different group, and then in the 90s, they started this thing called checkoff programs, which essentially was a tax upon an industry to fund an independent group that handled advertising for the industry. This was so that if you have an industry like the dairy industry where like there's a bunch of small farmers who can't really afford to do marketing for their own thing, and then you have the big farmers, if you tax everyone kind of the same, the smaller farmers can benefit from the ads that the bigger farmers run because they run ads generically as stuff like the Got Milk campaign. Recently, I think I've seen ads for like the pork industry in general from like the pork board. That's another example of one of these checkoff program things where the pork industry gets taxed and the tax go into a pool and then the pool kind of tries to uplift the whole industry. So that's who's doing this. And abroad, it's the U.S. Dairy Export Council. If they're trying to export our dairy, I don't even know. Countries are buying at this point because we suck so much right now. But you know, that's how it is. So that's who is the milkman. And how are things going? They're on a downward trend, roughly. So this is like commodity prices for milk, because apparently that's also a thing people trade in is milk commodities. Spiked a bunch in 2022 and in 2024. It's gone down a bit this year because our president sucks and doesn't like stability. So shocker, prices of things go down. That's how that works. And so industry wants more money. Now, what am I getting to here? What I'm getting to is what do they have on our government? So they've got a couple things in our government. first off, back in the 60s, Big Milk absolutely worked with the CIA and killed MLK. MLK, too close to milk. They knew SEO was going to be a thing in 30 years, and that extra letter between MLK and milk, they just couldn't have it. Got rid of him.
Jesus, David.
So they got rid of him. Hey, I'm not pro that. All right, I think that's fucked up that they did that, but. They did that with the CIA.
You're
so they
brave to say that.
They got dirt on they already had dirt on the government, and now you think the Epstein Transparency Act is a fucking coincidence? No. Big Milk's behind getting the Epstein files out because back in the 90s, DMI, the Dairy Management Incorporated, the checkoff program for Big Milk, was founded under President Clinton. Do you know who could also be found under President Clinton at the time?
Exactly. He brought it back.
Exactly.
He brought it back.
So what's next for milk? If you think all of this is in the past, the Got Milk campaigns and everything, and that milk's done, you're wrong. They're doing a bunch of shit. They're paying off a bunch of influencers. I don't know how many of you look at like cooking shit online like I do, but there is a goddamn epidemic of people putting cottage cheese and shit. And the dairy industry is backing this. I clicked this one recipe. People are putting cottage cheese in ice cream. They're trying to make high protein ice cream with cottage cheese. What the fuck are you doing? No one would do this without being paid. You know who they're being paid by? Big Milk. Big Milk is
so many workout recipes are like
exactly
cottage cheese and protein
cheese.
powder.
It's fucking insane. Thank you, Elise, for my next slide. What else is next? Protein.
Jesus Christ.
The wellness industry is a huge industry, and Big Milk is going after them with products like whey protein powder. Where does whey come from? Milk. Where does all this protein come from? Milk. Now, you may think like I did that whey protein comes from whey, essentially waste product of making cheese, but that's not actually true. They usually get it from skim milk. I had to do some research on that one. But either way, it's another way for them to offload milk products. It's another way for them to make a shitload of money. It's another way for them to fucking rule the world. We have to stop them. We have to stop them from ruling the world.
I didn't think we'd start. Okay, nothing.
That's pretty much it. Please research ACA benefits.
Okay.
There are likely benefits you didn't know about that were tied to the ACA or that you're not using, because I only covered like a handful. There's actually a bunch more. So yeah, go if you're an American, go make sure you're actually using all your benefits that you're able to take advantage of, because our healthcare system does suck and does require you to do a lot of research. But if you do your research, you'll be in a better spot financially and physically. So please do that. Thanks, Obama. And shout out to Slides Go and Harvard Health and NIH Dietary Guidelines for America and Food Research and Action Center.
Wow, this guy quoted his sources.
David, I have a question.
No. I'm kidding you. What's up?
Do you think Big Toilet Paper is running Big Milk? That's why they want people shitting?
No. I don't.
Okay.
Maybe they're in league.
Big Toilet Paper just doesn't have the same resources that Big Milk does. Like COVID hit and Big Toilet Paper like couldn't keep up. You think Big Milk couldn't keep up? No, they got fucking stockpiles in the goddamn caves. Like Big Milk's ready to go.
Well, maybe Big Milk made the COVID happen to get rid of Big Toilet Paper.
Oh.
But they made more money, so no.
Oh, damn it.
Hey folks, my slide is about the greatest story that you've never heard of. It's an actual true story. This is about the Abernathy brothers. Starting off, in the later half of the 1800s, we have John Catch 'em Alive Jack Abernathy, which is maybe one of the coolest nicknames a person has ever been given.
Hell yeah.
He became famous in the late 1800s for catching wolves alive to sell to zoos and circuses. He realized he could do this one day because a wolf attacked his dog, and he fought the wolf with his bare hands and beat it. And then he just kind of became famous for doing that. However, he perfected his method, which in fact involved him shoving a gloved arm down a wolf's throat so it couldn't bite him. And then he would use his other hand to tie the wolf's legs together. This is pretty insane. Just want to put that out there. And
like that
in
thing that people do to catch catfish, where they just like shove their arm in a hole and grab a catfish.
But hey, this insane technique caught the eyes of then President Teddy Roosevelt, who invited him on a hunting trip.
Hell yeah.
What?
So here's a pic of him hunting wolves with Teddy Roosevelt. Basically, the first day they were there, they found a wolf. Jack took off on his horse, sprinting ahead of Teddy and the rest of the party. He jumped off of the horse, landed on the wolf, tussled with it on the ground, did his signature technique of shoving his arm in the wolf's mouth, and tied it up. By the time Roosevelt caught up with him, he said, "This beats anything I've ever seen. When you get your hand free, I want to shake it," which is an insane thing to say. And then Roosevelt was so impressed by this, he made him the Marshal of the Western District of the Oklahoma Territory. Because, dude, well, holy shit, Will, when did you have this picture of Roosevelt? What the fuck?
I painted it.
That's awesome. Holy shit. Incredible. Moving on. Catch 'em Alive. Jack had 2 sons. He also had 4 daughters, but they're not the ones this story is about. His wife died of Bright's disease shortly after giving birth to their 6th child. The boys' names were Lewis, who went by Bud, and Temple, who went by Temp. So again, the older brother is Bud, the younger brother is Temp. When Bud was 9 and Temp was 5, they decided to go on an adventure. They wanted to go across the country to Santa Fe from Oklahoma City.
5 years old?
9 and 5 years old, Elise. That is correct. You heard me right. According to Google Maps, that is 534 miles and takes about 8 hours in a fucking car.
Did they stop by the Billy the Kid Museum?
Yes. I know. Shout out to the Billy the Kid Museum. To show their dad they did their homework, they made their own map, which I imagine looks something like this. They showed their map to their dad, and he was shocked by the proposal, but he didn't say no. Quote, "Boys, this is not an easy ride. I'll tell you what, let me think about this, and I'll let you know tomorrow." He slept on it, and he said yes.
He's a cool dad.
God.
Shout out to Jack. So preparations for this incredibly big trip. He bought them both bank accounts and put $100 in each and gave them checkbooks. He made them take a test trip to Guthrie, from Guthrie to Tipton, which is 319 miles and about a 3-hour car ride today. And it took them 4 days, but they did do it. They impressed their dad. He congratulated them, and he tried to talk them out of it, but they were not gonna say no. So the journey begins. The day they leave, their dad says, "Don't push your horses, boys." He then gave Bud a Bible and said, "Carry this with you. And above all, say your prayers at night." Bible spoilers. Go to our merch store. Just kidding. This is a charity stream. Bud rode the horse Sam Bass, and Temp rode Geronimo, who was a half Shetland pony, which if you can see here, that horse is still so fucking big for that 5-year-old. What the fuck?
What is an infant?
That picture is insane.
He actually, fun fact, could not get up on the horse himself.
Yeah, no shit, he's 5.
So they either had to use a fence or a porch for him to climb onto the back of the horse. And to get down, he would slide down the front left leg of the horse, which is just very funny. Anyways, first day on the trip, troubles. Sorry, the second day of the trip. I know, right? Temp actually drank some water from a creek which had gypsum in it. Which, if you don't know, if you drink gypsum contaminated water, you get diarrhea. Quote, Bud forced a big dose of foul tasting castor oil down my throat, much like Tom and Jerry cartoons or cartoons of that era. And also, quote, consequently, I had to get down off Geronimo every 2 minutes all day long. One time, I slid down Geronimo's leg so fast, I sprained both my ankles. They're 2 days into this journey. This child is shitting himself. His legs are broken. Not really, but anyways. Troubles continue. Eventually, they get to Silverton, Texas, which is the very top tip of Texas. They're just passing through Texas. People had heard about them at this point, so a crowd gathered to talk to them. Temp said, quote, Bud told them about I'm not going to say that, gypsum water, which got me pretty riled up. Because again, they're 9 and 5. It's funny to say, hey, my 5-year-old brother just shit his pants the whole way here. But they keep pressing on, and they make their way into New Mexico. They've reached the desert. They spend their first night in an abandoned adobe. The next day was insanely hot, so the water in their canteens was so warm it didn't offer any relief. Temp, quote, I had resigned myself to dying in that desert. Again, he's 5. I had a different picture on the slide. But miraculously, they saw a buggy in the distance, and there was a traveling salesman who gave them some water and told them there was a watering hole not too far away. So they went that way. They sleep that night at the watering hole. Surprise! It's surrounded by wolves!
Ground by the throat.
So that night they had to keep stoking the fire. Bud would hold the shotgun they had and shoot it to scare the wolves. Temp would run into the woods and grab pieces of wood to keep the fire going longer, and they had to stay up and do this all night to not get devoured by the wolves. Here is my rendition of what that might look like. An absolutely insane story, but guess what? They were able to fend off the wolves for that night. Again, they're 5 and 9 years old. They make it to Roswell, New Mexico. They did not see aliens, unfortunately. But they stayed several nights with the town newspaper editor who loved asking them about their travels so far, and eventually press on to this stupid image. They come across a group of donkeys who are all female except for one absolute Chad donkey male who gets pissed off and he chases them. He gets territorial. He chases the boys. They're able to escape, but in the chase, they get completely lost. Also, they realize they forgot to buy food in Roswell, so they have no food right now, and they're lost. Good news, however, they didn't forget to buy candy, so that night they ate only candy because they're 5 and 9 years old. Eventually, they make it to the small town of Vaughn. And hey, 2 days after that, they made it to Santa Fe. They fucking did it. They got all the way to Santa Fe, 850 miles on horseback in about 2 weeks. The boys are hailed as heroes. The governor of Santa Fe was a former Rough Rider, and he knew their dad, so he wired him and told him to come. And they have an incredible celebration in town. Jack shows up. He tells them how proud that he is of them. The whole town got together to celebrate. They sang the song Not No One, which features a line that's, quote, Jesus knows all about our struggles, and Temp, because he's 5, said shuggles, and everybody laughed about it. Did you forget he's 5 years old? So they spend a week in Santa Fe. They're hanging out, but they're getting ready to leave. And the governor asked the kids if they had a gun. And he asked them, would you shoot it? Would you use it against a man if you had to? Again, these boys are 5 and 9. Bud said,
wrestling.
Dad said if someone came at us to draw a bead on him and tell him to stop or else. And what if he didn't stop? He told me to protect Temps and myself, so I guess I'd pull the trigger if I have to. He said, good boy. Going from Santa Fe, their dad decided to go visit Las Vegas with the boys. So he rode to Vegas with them and then took a train home by himself so the boys could do the rest of the way back on horseback. A reminder for the United States here, this is Oklahoma City where they started. That's Santa Fe where they ended. Las Vegas is all the way over here. So they effectively doubled their trip to get home. Darude, by which I mean a sandstorm. They got caught in a sandstorm. Bud, because he's 9 years old, lost his goggles, so Temp led him his. This meant that he could not see, however. as they went through the sandstorm. However, again, by incredible fucking luck, they come across a town and a stable, and they bring the horses in and they rest for the night. In the morning, the sandstorm has died down, and they realize the town is just 3 buildings in the middle of the desert that they happen to find. How? How do they keep getting this lucky? They
Jesus
keep
knew their
pressing on.
shuggles.
Their shuggles, exactly. Eventually, they make it back to Oklahoma City. There's a few more things, but I cut them for time. The streets are crowded. There's a marching band, a fire truck. Everybody is there to see them. The mayor asks them to give a speech. So Temp gets on top of that fire truck to give his speech. And you know what he says? I love fire trucks. Because he's 5.
Dude, Temp has some drip though. Look at that kid.
Oh, dude, Temp is so cool. All of the pictures of Temp, I'm like, you're actually kind of a badass. Now, there was some backlash to this. If you might imagine, several people are not happy about it. While he's on the fire truck,
why.
a woman yells up at Temp and asks where his mom is, and he says instantly, "My mother is dead." The woman then hugged Temp and told him that his dad was crazy and walked off.
I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. But hey, guess what? That wasn't the end of the Abernathy boys' adventure. Shortly thereafter, they asked their dad if they could ride to New York City, a distance that is way longer than the one they just did. Teddy Roosevelt is no longer president, but he was returning to the U.S. after a year abroad where he went hunting in Africa for a year after he lost the presidency to Taft. This is going to be a big event, so the Abernathy boys want to be there to meet him since he's their dad's cool president friend. This is 2,000 miles. But hey, Temp is now 6 years old, so that's something, you know? Tragedy. On the way, Geronimo, the half pony, is foundered. That basically just means his foot got jacked up a little bit. But they put him on a train to go back home to Oklahoma City. And they paid $85 for a new horse for Temp. They named him Wiley Haynes, which was the sheriff in the town they were staying in at the time. It's not really important. I just thought I'd put it in there for some reason. Eventually, they make it to Union, Missouri. And it was so cold, it was freezing actually, that Temp had to be helped off of his horse. And here's the two of them with the now new horse, Wiley Haynes. But hey, the Midwest fucking loves these boys. Holy shit. They make it to St. Louis to tell their dad that they're okay. The city once again celebrated them like heroes. They even got a car tour of St. Louis, and they fucking loved it. These boys, they've never been in a car before. This is huge for them. They get to fucking Cincinnati. Let's go.
God damn it.
And they spend a night at a fire station because they love fire trucks.
Those fire trucks.
6 and 9. Hey, in the middle of the night, there was actually a fire, and the firemen brought the boys on the call. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Eventually, they make it to Dayton, not too far from Cincinnati. The police chief made them honorary deputies and gave them tiny billy clubs. They also got a tour of the Wright brothers factory by Wilbur Wright himself because they're contemporaries. That's fucking insane.
Whoa.
However, Dayton was not without its struggles. They met the Dayton boy. While they were around Dayton, riding through the town on their horses, a boy started harassing them. He's following them. He's swearing at them on their horses. The boys, trying to de-escalate the situation, said, "We don't want to fight him. We don't want to fight. You know, just back off. Stop being so rude." This boy called them yellow bellies, and right then, that's not okay. The boy tried to grab Temp's boot and pull him off the horse, so Temp turned around and pulled out the billy club the cop had just given him and hit the boy in the head, and he fell to the ground, and we have no other notes about what happened to the boy. I'm sure he was okay. Anyways, they make it to Washington, D.C. 5 weeks later, so it's been a long fucking trip so far. But again, they're hailed as heroes. Reporters are waiting for them. They follow the boys into their hotel room and keep asking them questions while they bathe, which is maybe a weird thing in 1910.
I like that.
Temp, now a 6-year-old, asked a reporter for a cigarette. The reporter said no, but Temp said, "Oh, come on, I've never tried one." So the reporter gave him a cigarette. He then coughed violently and had to lay down.
Oh, God.
Hey, while in Washington, they got to meet President Taft, and they were invited into the White House and got to go to the Oval Office. They got to speak at the fucking Senate. And Temp said, quote, "I think this is the finest city in the East." So here's just a quick map of their journey so far. You can even see their first journey on here. Just an insane route, amount of distance that they've covered.
On horseback.
On horseback. Once they got to Washington, though, most of the East Coast was so well populated that they kind of just had it easy street getting there. Honestly, mostly dealing more with there being too many fucking people. But they make it to New York City. And when they got there, people are lining the streets. The police had to clear a path for them. The crowd kept jumping up and pulling out their horses' hair for souvenirs, which is pretty fucked up. But it kept making the horses jump, and so the boys are getting pissed. And Temp said, quote, "The next one to try it is going to get my quirt," which I looked it up. Apparently it's like a whip. I don't fucking know. Maybe this boy had a whip too. But then a woman jumped up and yanked a piece of hair out of Temp's own fucking head.
This boy is 6.
This boy is 6. So once they got to the hotel in New York, Temp went to the barber and got his hair shaved off.
Smart.
Yeah. Look how fucking tiny this 6-year-old is. But yeah, here's an actual newspaper article from them of them at the time. And quote, Bud said, "I'm sick of seeing my face in the paper." It's just fucking hilarious.
Damn, Bud.
These kids are so fucking cool.
Yeah, I know. They really are fucking awesome. So in New York, Teddy Roosevelt arrives off the coast on a ship. They're actually able to wire ahead to the boat that he's on. Their dad's also in New York at this point, and they ride out to meet him on the boat. And so they ride into New York City with Teddy Roosevelt on the boat. There's a giant parade that stretches 5 miles long with over 1 million people in it. And the Abernathy boys got to ride behind Teddy Roosevelt themselves. Like, that's him in the front, and the two boys with the two horses right behind them.
That's awesome.
It's so fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
So their dad's in the city. They spend a little bit more time, but it's time to go home. However, they told their dad about the car they got to drive in St. Louis. Did I say that they got to test drive the car while they were there? They got to drive
drove
it.
in it. I didn't think you meant they drove it.
You know what? I am wrong. They got to ride in it. They didn't drive it, but they wanted one to drive back to Oklahoma City. A reminder: they're 9 and 6 still. However, this is America, and there was no legal driving age at the time.
Oh no!
Jack, trying to de-escalate this, says there isn't a car small enough for them. But they spend a couple days trying to find one in the city, and would you fucking believe it? One day, a kid about Bud's age driving a tiny car rides by them, and they run after him. They catch up, and it turns out this is what's called a brush automobile. And they convince their dad to buy him one. So,
oh my god.
They go to the store. Bud test drives it for 30 minutes. Temp test drives it for 30 minutes. And Jack, also needing a way to get home himself, also buys a luxury car so he can ride behind the boys. However, the boys just got to test drive the car for 30 minutes. Their dad has never driven a car. And so he also rented a fucking chauffeur to drive him home so he could learn how to drive a car on the way back to Oklahoma City. It's fucking insanity. Oh yeah, and people see them off. It's madness. Here's an awesome picture of Temp driving the car.
Oh so good.
The first night in the hotel, Temp gets out of the car while it's still moving, not realizing that you have to stop it and put it in park. And Bud was actually driving the luxury car behind him, and he ran over his brother.
No.
Temp was okay, though, because he's so small and the car was high enough off the ground that he just went under it. Their dad did yell at them, telling them, you gotta be more fucking careful with the cars.
Please.
Anyways, they kept pressing on, and they drove through Pennsylvania, Iowa, Michigan. I said Iowa twice. But as they get into Kansas City, there's a fire. Their dad's luxury car bursts into flames. Somehow, Jack and the chauffeur were able to put the fire out with sand, and some fucking how the car still worked, so they kept driving. They made it home. That's them in their brush automobile near Oklahoma City. Everybody's freaking out. They're so happy to see them again. In total, they had driven 2,500 miles in 24 days, and the brush car company paid them to go to a show in New York and talk about how much they loved the car. The original influencers, the Abernathy boys. They were also offered parts in movies. Their dad got into movies and hired a production company and made films about the boys' journeys. Actually here, I have footage from one of these movies. And you can see the boys riding their horses. These are, of course, silent films. But it's just, I don't know. It fucking blew my mind that, like, I was doing all this research and I was like, holy shit, there's fucking footage of these kids. Like,
Looks so good.
honestly, yeah, it looks crazy.
Honestly, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks like someone made it today and made it look old.
Yeah, it's fucking madness.
He's got
Like,
such drip, too.
I know. We got to bring back these crazy hats, honestly.
And the, like, petticoats.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Uh,
sliding down that tree like that was nothing. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? Years of practice sliding down that horse's leg. So you won't believe this, but their journey isn't over yet.
Oh my god.
I fucking knew it. I knew they got into politics.
So in July of that year, the boys were offered a gig to ride an elephant and a donkey from New York City all the way to Washington, D.C. to predict which party would win the presidency.
Incredible.
This is actually done by Luna Park, which is the theme park that is where Coney Island is now. They offered them this money, this job, I guess. However, by the time they got to Philadelphia, the elephant's feet were too sore, and the Humane Society actually stepped in and stopped the race, which is crazy. I don't know if the Humane Society has ever had the power to do anything, actually, apart from say, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. So good for you, Humane Society. In 1910, you could actually do something. Okay, but now it gets really crazy, actually. Luna Park, once again, issued a challenge to ride from New York to San Francisco in 60 days. So that is the entire country of the United States in 60 days on horseback. If they did it, they would get $10,000, which is roughly $350,000 today. However, there were some rules. They were allowed to... one thing, damn it. They were allowed to take Sundays off. Those didn't count. They were not allowed to eat or sleep under a roof. And they could only change horses once in the journey. I don't know. The second one is fucking insane to me. This meant they had to travel 60 miles a day on average to make it. They were being much more careful, though. They stopped at blacksmiths every day to get new horseshoes. In Toledo, they had a restaurant bring a table into the street for them so they could eat and didn't break the rules of the challenge, and a crowd gathered to watch them eat. Again, they're just victims of their own celebrity. So here we have a much better chart that I was able to find of their journey so far. You can even see a little bit of the Luna Park, Philadelphia, or the New York City to Washington, D.C. that ended in the top right. But on the way, they stop in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And Sam Bass, Bud's horse, ate a bunch of alfalfa and got sick and died, tragically.
No.
Rip.
But they did get a new horse, and they unfortunately named him Big Black, and that is the last time I will say that horse's name for the entire rest of this slide.
Oh.
Moving on, they stopped in Laramie, Wyoming, and at a grocery store, the man working there told them that a whole family nearby just got killed by an axe murderer. Cool.
the fuck?
Okay.
They didn't die though. Then they lost a lot of time going over the Rocky Mountains due to rain, and while crossing the Great Salt Lake Desert, the horses' hooves kept breaking through the salt crust, which revealed a thick layer of mud and cost them more time. And guess what? It's fucking miserable out here. It was so hot, Temp fell asleep while riding and somehow stayed on. They estimated they covered 110 miles alone that day. But tragically, the next morning they woke up and realized the horses were gone. And they're in the middle of a desert.
No.
Bud had forgotten to tie their legs together when they went to bed because, you know, he's 10 still at this point in the story. They spent a day looking for the horses and drank the last of the water that they had, but they still couldn't find them. The next day they searched again. Temp became so exhausted he had to go back to the camp and laid down. And the next day he couldn't even move. So it's not looking great for them. But just kidding. Bud went out on the fourth day. He found Wiley Haynes. They found the horse. He picked up his brother. They got the fuck out of that desert. And they found a town called Kelton, which where the other unfortunately named horse also conveniently was. So, hey, that's awesome for them. And they were able to restock on supplies and take off. But at this point, they're kind of fucked. They lost so many days in that desert, in the mountains, everything. There were some men that offered them a ride on the train and promised them that they wouldn't tell. But the boys refused because they are proud men of character. But eventually they made it. They went across the entire country to San Francisco. It was on the 62nd day. So they were very fucking close.
Damn.
But as they're making it into Oakland, I know, really. They made it into Oakland. They took a ferry over the river. And a huge crowd was there. Their dad was there for them. But the boys said they weren't done yet. And they kept riding through Golden Gate Park. They made it straight to the ocean. Bud rode his unfortunately named horse into the waves and Temp did the same. But he went a little too far.
No.
Wiley Haynes got into the undertow and he went down with Temp still on him. Temp thought he was going to die and he stayed on the saddle and somehow his horse got back to land. No prize money, but they did it and they didn't fucking die. Okay, so you're not going to believe this. But in 1913, a motorcycle company paid them to ride from Oklahoma City to New York again. Bud is now 13 and Temp is 9. This was the last of their adventures. Not because they died, though. It went fine. This is kind of this is the entire route. The other images were photoshopped, so you didn't see every route. But yeah, wow. Genuinely an insane journey several journeys that they went on. Where are the Abernathys now? Well, they're all dead, spoilers, but Jack Abernathy became a successful oil man and he passed away at 1941 at the age of 64. This is Bud. Bud actually became a lawyer, then a district attorney, and eventually a judge before passing away in 79. And Temp followed his dad and worked in the oil business and passed away in 1986, which is actually kind of insane. 5 years later, I was born. Coincidence? Yes.
Yes.
And that is, of course, the story of the Abernathy boys. What the fuck?
That's wild, guy. That was
very good.
Thank you.
Living the rest
I'm
of your
convinced.
life knowing you peaked at 6, though. Like, how is
I know, right? Several people did ask, how did I hear about them? One of my favorite podcasts that I highly recommend is called The Dollop.
Okay, yeah, this does sound like a dollop bit.
It's very much, I know a lot of our community likes Behind the Bastards. It's like Behind the Bastards if
they were bastards?
If Robert Evans is a comedian and the other person that's on the podcast is also a comedian and can do voices as good as Wes can.
We ready?
Yeah, whenever you are.
All right.
Good.
You guys have learned a lot of history, but now it's time for some way more important stuff.
Ooh.
Let's talk about the movies.
Ooh.
Okay.
Or more specifically,
Fast 9 is back?
The movies.
That's all. What?
Thank you, choir of Vin Diesels. We're going to talk about the movies. So, what makes a movie good in the year of our Lord, 2025? What I pulled up here is the last 10 plus years of the highest grossing films for the US domestic box office. What we can see from this list is pretty significant. One, there are 3 Star Wars movies from 2015 to 2017. There are also 3 Marvel movies with Black Panther, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man No Way Home. There are 3 legacy sequels with Star Wars 7, Bad Boys for Life, and Top Gun Maverick. There are 4 direct sequels with Star Wars 8, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Inside Out 2. And the only things that aren't sequels or Star Wars or Marvel are still properties that adapted other IPs in Barbie and a Minecraft movie. What we see most importantly are absolutely 0 original ideas.
Sorry, I just noticed the 2026 movie.
I thought when you said most importantly, you were going to say next year, saving throw the movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. This chart only goes to 2025. You must be seeing things.
That makes sense.
So, what have we learned? We've learned that originality is for auteur art house nerds like Christopher Nolan, Bong Joon-ho, Alfonso Cuarón, Catherine Bigelow, and Wes Anderson. As an example, here are some nerds who don't accomplish anything.
God.
Why would you ever want to be one of these guys?
God. That second image. Incredible.
So, based on that real brief information, how do you make a good movie? Step 1, you find some intellectual property that someone else created. 2, you legacy sequel the fuck out of it. 3, you add all the hottest actors and actresses, both in notoriety and conventional attractiveness. 4, you let Netflix give you way too much money to make it. After that, you just weep. You just sob dramatically because you realize art has been so commercialized that it's all just a soulless commodity. And then finally, you take the money you got from Netflix and you wipe away those tears. The important thing, this is harder to do if Netflix doesn't pay you in cash, because you really shouldn't wipe away your tears with a check, because that's going to ruin the check. But what you can do is get a bank deposit receipt and wipe away your tears with that. That shows how much money they all got you. So, with that in mind, let's make the most successful movie ever.
I'm so excited for this.
And what would that movie be? Well, I present to you Citizen Kane 2, Citizens United.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. The Thing, sir.
All right, so why Citizen Kane 2, you might be asking? Well, first, there's name brand recognition. When people hear Citizen Kane, what do they think? Well, they're like, isn't that movie with that guy and he says that word and people like it? And you're like, yes, it is. Instant name brand recognition. 2, the main character, Citizen Kane, is a composite character based on multiple media barons and business tycoons. And those kind of characters have never been more popular than they are nowadays. Look at all the most recent movies you've watched. All the main characters are almost certainly composites based on media barons and business tycoons.
It's just like Boss Baby.
Yes, exactly. Like the hit film Boss Baby. And finally, in the grand scheme of things, all human art's probably going to end up destroyed when the sun erupts and ends all life. So, I mean, why the fuck not? Right? What's to stop you from doing anything? But that's the movie. But now the who. Why should I be the one to create it?
Wait.
Obi Guy?
Yes.
Need a referral.
When did you get your OBGYN, Prij?
The same time I got my CP, the same time I became a certified professional accountant, Zach.
And when did you become a YMCA?
He has two
Prij?
hands.
Right
Can I
there.
come swim at your pool?
Yes, yes, you can. Reasons why I should write it. First of all, I've never seen Citizen Kane, so I bring a fresh perspective to the story that other directors won't really be able to bring.
That's genius.
2, I did write a script to a video essay that is over 200,000 views and rapidly approaching 300,000 views on YouTube, so that probably counts for something.
Yeah.
I also did write another one, and it's being worked on. Don't worry, it's happening. Just takes time. Life is busy. And finally, just look at that face.
Oh my god!
Incredible. Tell me you wouldn't let that guy direct Citizen Kane 2.
I didn't think
On
I
the
had the only like
suspenders.
adorable child in my I thought I did have the only adorable child in my
I was gonna
PowerPoint.
say, let Prij ride a horse from Oklahoma City to Santa Fe. God damn.
For real.
So, what's Citizen Kane 2, Citizens United going to be about? Well, we obviously have to at least mention the first movie. And while I haven't seen it, I did at some point in my life read the Wikipedia synopsis on it. Did I do it to make this PowerPoint? No, not at all. But from what I remember, there are 2 major plot points. Citizen Kane died, and he says Rosebud.
True.
So from there, we have to ask the obvious question, what does Rosebud mean? Now, you may say, Prij, they already answered that. But my response is, I don't care, that was 84 years ago. Let's be honest, everyone who made the original movie is dead. If I'm being truly honest, I think everyone who saw the original movie is probably dead. Have any of you seen it? No, because if you had, you'd be dead.
Damn.
And most importantly, legacy
Can't be killed
sequels.
then.
And most importantly, legacy sequels mean you can completely ignore continuity because that's just how it works. So we have to start this movie by finding out what Rosebud really is. And what it is, it's an acronym.
Oh fuck.
Like SCUBA or NAFTA or Save
Please be
Data
robots.
Team.
Wait.
If you didn't know that Save Data Team was an acronym, all I can tell you is that the T stands for torpedo. If you want to know the rest, please sign up for the secret $10,000 Patreon tier, and I'll slowly reveal what the rest of it is.
Wait. Which T stands for torpedo though?
Both.
Fuck.
The second one.
Oh,
Okay.
Actually, the second one does.
Okay.
So, what does Rosebud stand for? Easy. The regime of super evil, bringing utter destruction.
Oh fuck.
Rosebud.
Okay.
Intrigue. Plot twist. What we learn is that Citizen Kane's final words were a warning, saying that the evil organization he had spent his entire life hunting had assassinated him, and that's the secret. So, where our movie begins is we enter our protagonist, Citizen Kane Jr. Now, he's the estranged son of the original Citizen Kane. He didn't want to do whatever his father did, which was money stuff.
Yeah.
But what he didn't know is that his father was really a secret agent trying to save the world from Rosebud.
Okay.
So what happens is he returns home for the first time in years to attend his father's funeral. You can think of the shot right now, the funeral shot. It's rain. Everyone has black umbrellas. You got one of those overhead shots that just shows the black umbrellas while they walk towards the casket. You know, real classic stuff there.
That's good.
So when he's there, Kane will be met by an associate of his father. And with this meeting, he will begin a trek that will see a young man grow from naive child to a true champion of goodness. And while I said originality was overrated, I'm thinking of a really fresh story concept here. Something where a character goes on some sort of expedition or some sort of, exemplar's track, some sort of journey that a hero might go on. And this is the idea I want to go with. And this journey will have some very unique steps that I definitely that I definitely thought up completely on my own.
Uh-huh.
And here's what they are. First, he'll get called to a venture,
God damn it.
but refuse the call.
Yeah.
Then he'll get some supernatural aid. Then he'll cross the first threshold, after which he will encounter his first challenge and really find himself in the metaphorical belly of the whale. Now that's just Act 1. Then we get to Act 2. And in this one, he will go on a road of trials, during which he will meet a powerful goddess-type person. But then, a woman will serve as a temptress.
Oh, shit.
When he overcomes that, he will find atonement with the ultimate authority figure in his life, who's typically a father-type figure. Then, he reaches apotheosis.
Fuck yeah.
After which, he gets the ultimate boon. And then, we finished with Act 3, where, after this amazing journey, he will want to refuse to return to his normal life. But he will then take that return flight home with some sort of magical assistance. Encountering even more difficulty, he will be rescued from without. Then, when the journey concludes, he crosses a second threshold, the return one. Then finally, he becomes the master of two worlds, and he obtains the freedom to live. This is the completely original story concept I thought of.
As a genius.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go to this next slide and conveniently look away from my screen and get distracted for a second.
Okay. Wait, hot anime girl artwork. Wait, hot furry girl artwork. Wait, Phoenix Wright Twinkle Sparkling
funny.
How to delete Google search history.
Oh, fuck. Well, someone sabotaged my PowerPoint and put this fake slide in there. Don't know how that happened. Oops. Pulling back the curtain, that was obviously an entire bit based on Joseph Campbell's The Hero of a Thousand Faces, which details how the hero's journey is an iconic story that appears often over and over again in literature. So that's where I stole that entire thing from. All right. So, I don't know how long we're moving fast on time. Got to get through this. So I do want to get to my last bit, which is the most important thing. We've got to cast this motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
So, Citizen Kane 2, starring Timothy Chamomile as Citizen Kane Jr.
That's literally who I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega as generic love interest.
That's so smart.
Good pick.
Christoph Waltz as charismatic bad guy.
Let's get him back in a movie. Come on.
Mads Mikkelsen as bad guy with eye makeup.
Yeah, holy shit.
Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. Because you bet your ass I'm tying this into the Knives Out universe.
Let's go. Get Ryan Johnson on the phone.
Kate Blanchett as woman delivering lobster to the table.
Yeah!
Nicolas Cage as...
Yo, this edit's so good, Prij. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I made this, and I still lose it laughing whenever I see it. I think it actually might be the greatest,
folks.
I think it might actually be the greatest thing I've ever created.
This is really good.
My favorite part is that Bibble doesn't have spots on his face.
No, he doesn't. Oops.
That's what makes it the best.
Oh yeah, Don Cheadle as guy experiencing agony.
Absolutely.
Chris Elliott.
Whoa.
Chris Elliott. No, wait, hold on. Chris Elliott as Chris Elliott.
Shit.
No, hold on. I still got that wrong? I think it's Chris Elliott as... You know what? I'm just going to find out what everyone costs more.
How old is that picture of Chris?
That's the one on the same data wiki.
Pre-COVID.
He looks so young.
He does. Starring Goggles the Bear as Cocaine Bear.
Wow. Whoa!
Jason, Green as the singing voice for Susie from Deltarune.
Image of Jason rules.
Yeah!
Lava Girl as Elise as Win the Turtle.
Let's go!
This is secretly a save movie.
Bing Rames as
Arby's, we have the meats.
Let's
and
go!
finally, featuring Respectable as literally every other voice. Citizen Kane 2, coming to Netflix as soon as their CEO returns my calls or realizes I have his family. But don't freak out, they have snacks, the AC is on, and they're listening to their favorite tunes, so
That's really good.
it's not an issue. Finn.
Absolute
That's
cinema.
very good.
Let's greenlight that. Come on.
Absolute cinema.
On Netflix, hit me up.
Wow.
It'd probably be good.
This was my hastily put
Oh.
together loading screen.
I'm so glad I bought you the shirt I bought you.
I was late on pulling this up. That's awesome.
So this is my presentation on how to read Yuri, because you already know that you
Oh,
should.
hell yeah.
From right to left.
That's true. That's true. So first of all, if you don't know, what is Yuri? Now, have you ever just been on Google and Googled? This is the shirt Zach said he was going to buy me. By the way,
Yeah, but Temu United States is not shipped to Canada, so I had to use Temu Canada, which does not have this shirt on it. What the fuck, Temu Canada?
have you ever been on Google and Googled girls kissing?
So many times.
More than you can believe.
Now, what if? Listen, this is crazy. What if there was a whole genre of comic books about girls kissing? And that's what Yuri is.
Shit.
So, what? Now that you know what Yuri
Oh my
is,
god.
what should you read? On the right here, you'll see my Notepad++ list of a bunch of the Yuri I read, but I haven't updated it in like a year and a half. So, what Yuri should you read? I'm just going to go through some of my favorites. We've got I'm in Love with the Villainess, an isekai about a girl falling in love with the villain of her favorite light novel. How Do We Relationship? This is one that I recently reread from the library. About
Your library
About
is
two
way better
college
books
girls.
than mine does.
what's that?
Your library has way better books than mine does.
Right.
To wash them.
Which is about two college girls, and it starts after they get into a relation, or like when they get into a relationship. So it's about the ups and downs of actually being in a
High school
relationship.
football. Yeah.
The epic highs and lows of high school football. We've got Bloom Into You, one of the best Yuri out there, about a girl who hates herself and doesn't want people she loves to love her back, because then they love something that she hates.
Damn.
We've got The Summer You Were There, which, be warned, you will cry.
Mm.
We've got Beauty and the Beast Girl, about a blind girl falling in love with a monster girl. We've got the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all, which, despite the name, is just like a cute high school 4-page like chapters with really good art. We got The Moon on a Rainy Night, which is just about a mostly deaf girl and falling in love with her friend at school. We've got I Can't Say No to the Lonely Girl, which is about a girl who can make one request of her friend every day, and she requests, wouldn't you believe it, to kiss.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hell yeah. Plot twist.
Think
She
about
Googled
that.
girls kissing.
We got we got Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, which is about two co-workers who don't really understand love and are trying to get to know themselves. And one of them's taking care of her little sister, and it's just really sweet about them learning how they love each other. And finally, just for this list, I mean, there's so many others you can find. But we've got Run Away With Me Girl, which is about a woman running away from her abusive husband to be with her high school crush. So now that you know some Yuri you can find, you know what Yuri is. Where can you even find Yuri? Well, good news. You can find Yuri at the library. This is a picture I took after I borrowed 11 volumes of How to Read Relationship.
Fuck yeah.
From my local library. We've also got some pictures of my library's website, where you can find Bloom Into You, the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all, a ton of others. Check out your local library, support your local library. They need your support. The more you borrow from them, the more you patronize them, the better they can do their job for your entire community. Also check out what else your library has, because they've probably got tons of programs. Some have board games, some have movies that you can check out. A lot of them have streaming services that you can grab. Support your local library. They rule.
There's a lot of good shit in libraries.
True.
Oh,
You can go to local bookstores. Check out your local used bookstore and see what they have. They might have a manga section. They might have anything. You can ask people there about it. I'm sure most local bookstores are looking for things to buy. So definitely ask there. There's official sites. So this is they're a little harder to get into, but How to Read Relationship is available on Viz manga. A bunch of others you can find if you're looking for a specific thing. And then there's other sites. And I'm just going to talk about some unrelated things to manga. Hey, did you know that there's a Pokedex that you can dex your Pokemon with? Have y'all heard about this?
That works with manga, Elise?
There might be a dex that works with manga, something like that.
Wow.
I don't know why it took me a second to get this joke. I should obviously get this reference.
Have y'all seen the show Dynasty? I've heard it's pretty good. It's got Elizabeth Gillies from Victorious in it. Dynasty, check it out. Maybe look it up.
See, that's the only one I don't get on this list.
And some cats make noises, and here in the West we usually say meow, but over in Japan they might say nya. Images unrelated. You can also go to online stores, I guess. What about anime, though? So Yuri anime it does exist. There are some. Bloom Into You has one season, and it covers half of the manga, and they don't get to the really good parts. So there are some, but
Does that mean there's no kissing in the anime?
there is kissing in the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hold on. That's what this is from.
Oh. All right, now start from here and go again.
Yeah.
I start over.
We recently, I think last season, got There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless, which is pretty good. Not my favorite, but it's pretty good. And then here we have Kase-san and Morning Glories, which was a 5-episode show based on a manga. The manga's fine, except once they get to college, it gets actually really bad. and you probably shouldn't read it. The main thing is there's a couple, but they don't get made very often. And a lot of them have like cut out some of the more gay parts, which really sucks.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the original anime that you'll see that people will talk about as Yuri are like subtext or like you don't actually get any relationship info or like relationship content. It might just be like, oh, these girls kind of seem into each other or things like that. So the industry is a little bit homophobic, unfortunately. And, this was a presentation about how to read Yuri. And the real thing is, you can read Yuri anywhere. Because you don't need to go to specifically Yuri manga. You should, but if you see a park bench, you could imagine 2 girls there on a date. That is Yuri.
Huh.
Oh well, these are 2 quotes from the same person, the author of Other Side Picnic, which is very good. A well-trained Yuri reader should be able to see Yuri in any relationship.
Interesting.
And then from an interview, this is a real quote. A rusty, decaying vehicle is resting on top of real wheel tracks. Then you imagine that one day 2 girls were there. Isn't that already totally Yuri?
Huh.
So if you're really looking for it, you can see Yuri anywhere. You can read Yuri anywhere. You can look out the window and you can see Yuri in everything.
Wow.
And isn't that just beautiful?
It is. Really.
Thank you. Now go out there and read some Yuri.
Elise, is this the image result for girls kissing or Yuri?
Both.
Okay.
The image result for girls kissing Yuri.
That's so good. Also, we had so many people requesting that you post that list because it was a little hard to read.
I may.
Hey, that's me.
There's a photo from the beginning of the cruise. Folks, this is my Save Data Extra Life 2025 presentation. I get really nervous before these things. My heart, it's going.
You're crushing it. You're doing
I'm
great.
going. Thank you. Let's have a quick recap. I've done this a few times.
Oh, God.
I've done this a few times. Folks, I don't know if you remember, but Phoenix Wright did January 6th. Just in case there's new fans, just want to remind everyone that photo's not a fluke. We have evidence.
Yeah.
Just want to remind everyone. Also, don't forget Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Hollywood's greatest star.
That was
Just
really
need to
good.
know that.
Yeah, that was great.
Also, Phoenix Wright shot Donald Trump.
Jesus Christ! I forgot that you did this.
I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Fuck.
When that happened.
Really great text, though, I'm not gonna lie.
And also, what the fuck is up with this phrase from the 2002 hit film Minority Report?
This one was my favorite. Well,
Yeah,
I
this
love
was-
this
it
PowerPoint.
This was your magnum opus. If you haven't seen
Thank
this
you.
chat, go back and watch the last one. It was fucking
Unless you're
incredible.
squeamish, then don't.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Then don't watch it. I don't know if we covered this, but Phoenix Wright shot Charlie Kirk.
Nice.
Just wanted everyone to. Sorry. Let's take a breath.
It really gets around.
Let's take a breath. Whoa. Well, let's slow down, everybody.
Jesus.
I'm getting really mixed
Okay.
signals from Phoenix right here.
Yeah.
As am I, because I started to noticing. That's how good I am. I started to noticing a trend. Folks. This Phoenix guy is bad news.
Where is this
And
castle at?
I certainly wouldn't have an entire stream series based on him because he's very problematic.
Uh-huh.
Folks, I did some digging.
Fucking hell, Will. Will. Will.
Folks. Phoenix Wright is in the Epstein files. Jesus. Ergo.
Uh-huh.
Probably. Right?
Wow.
Probably.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I can see it.
God, you
Anyway,
put this fucking
sorry.
reflection on the desk. That was incredible. Will.
Yeah, no.
okay,
the edits
shout
are
out to that
really good.
reflection. That is a built-in feature in Google Slides for some fucking reason.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, it is. You're right.
It's so stupid. And I used it to show Phoenix Wright underneath Bill Clinton's desk. Anyways, folks, we know these
What
guys.
the fuck are we doing in Narnia now?
Right? We know these kids. Hey, big theme today, kids. Excited about that.
Fuck.
All of us researching lots of children. It's great.
Stop.
Guys, what if? You're not going to believe the next word. What if Germany took Narnia?
Wait, is this the actual start of the presentation?
Guys, what if Germany took Narnia?
Oh,
Jesus
no.
Christ! Whoa!
What the fuck?
Whoa!
Quick intermission. Hey guys, don't forget it's Extra Life. Donate money. It's a schedule. I didn't have enough time to put together an intermission, so I'm copping out and promoting charity.
Go to https / buyjakesbooks.com.
Yes, that too. Anyways, end of intermission. Where were we? Yeah, that's right.
Fuck.
What if Germany took Narnia? I made extra care to not mention the N word or the H word in this entire program.
You can't
so.
just, yeah.
You can't call it the N-word.
Yeah, you can't just say that.
Well, sorry. I meant the one that is related to this word.
yeah, no, we
I
know.
apologize
but
for saying that.
Still.
That other one is also not in this program.
I'm glad.
I would hope so.
Fuck.
That was genuinely a slip.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say anything wrong, but I meant a different
Why
one.
don't you go talking about that Hollywood star again, huh? Say his name a bit.
Right on that. Guys, there's a lot of entrances to Narnia. Honestly, there's the wardrobe. Everyone knows about the wardrobe, right? It was built from the Tree of Protection that was in the backyard of that house that you see in Narnia. It's possible there was some leftover wood that was sold, but we don't know. I was going to list the other entrances to Narnia here, but I got way too in the rabbit hole, and the entrances to Narnia are kind of fucked, where it's like anything is an entrance into Narnia if Aslan wants you to be there, who is Jesus. So let's just say there's a wardrobe. That's all we're going to go with today. It's easier for scientific value if we cut all the magic crap out and just say there's a wardrobe. Folks, a second wardrobe has hit the presentation. We talked about the first wardrobe just a second ago, but there's a second wardrobe. This is a tiny eBay recreation.
Tiny one? Okay.
Yeah, it was on eBay.
Oh.
But they were all of them deceived, for another wardrobe was made deep in the land of Germany in the fires of the Reichstag. The Dark Lord Sauron forged a master wardrobe. And into this wardrobe, he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life.
Okay.
The wardrobe theorem. Welcome. Germany stole a lot of artifacts and priceless valuables from all over the world. We know this.
Oh.
There was leftover wood from the tree, was sold overseas to lumber yards, eventually making its way to Germany, in which they built a second wardrobe. A second entrance to Narnia. Blitzkrieg Narnia edition. Okay, we got to talk about wardrobe limitations. Size limits throughput of soldiers into Narnia. They send in small tactical units. Total Narnia takeover within 1 week. Narnia belongs.
How long did it take you to do that fade in?
Don't ask questions, please.
Okay.
Way too long. Wardrobe throughput. Folks, it takes 4 adults 25 seconds to exit Narnia through the wardrobe. Although they're not moving at full speed, so we can round down to maybe 15 seconds to traverse the entrance to exit to Narnia with the width of 1 person.
Of one person.
If the Germans are able to defeat Aslan and take the witch's army within 1 week, they would have around 15,000 troops, consisting of ghouls, boggles, cruels, hags, specters, toadstool people, incubuses, wraiths, ogres, ifrits, sprites, orkneys, wooses, ettins, minotaurs, dwarves, apes, giant bats, snakes, lizards, dragons, vultures, crows, rats, cyclops, Mino bears, werewolves, wolves, white tigers, giants, polar bears, harpies, ravens, gorgons, manticores, werecats, liches, dark samurai, and I don't know what ankle slicers are, but they sound terrible.
What the fuck? They just
Yeah,
have
ankle
dark
slicers are the
samurai?
only ones here that don't.
The dark samurai.
I would argue Dark Samurai
What?
don't really fit either, but
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, the witch has
also-
a lot of people.
Like a quote from
What the hell's an Orkney?
But 15,000 guys ain't nothing. I don't know if you've heard about a little thing called time,
No.
but no time passes in the real world while you're in Narnia. So they can build up their army to compromise an infinite amount of soldiers. Now, I know what you're saying at the end of the Narnia movie. When those adults left, they turned back into kids when they landed on the floor, which is true. If anyone enters Narnia and has children, they will turn into sperm when they get exited, which would be really gross. But
Holy shit!
Germany must create their army from the people and creatures already in Narnia because they can exit. So they're going to have a whole army of those terrible things I listed out. There's going to be so many ankle slicers, guys. They're going to come out.
Ankle slicing.
And they're going to get you. What did that say? Oh, Time, also an excellent album by ELO.
Okay,
Shout
yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's
Picture
fair.
Play
Yeah.
Orchestra, yeah.
So how do we win? There's a few scenarios. In order for the Allies to defeat Germany, they would have to trap them in Narnia by closing all entrances to Narnia, obviously. Sealing the wardrobe completely in concrete. Nuking the wardrobe from orbit. Simply locking the wardrobe could work. We haven't tested it yet. We have our top man on it. You could toss it into an oblivion gate.
Mm.
Not a bad idea. You can imprison, kill all magic users in the world. You could burn all the children's books.
The Nazis are already good at that.
Yeah, they already do that.
And you can run.
I feel like that's
Just run.
defeat them, but sure.
No, we can't win. Would it make a difference? Great question. No, it wouldn't. We're still going to lose.
Mm.
Oh, this is from that one TV
Damn it.
show, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to hit
The
TV show.
Man in the High Castle?
Man in the High
Tower?
Castle.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Man in
have
the
to
High
edit. Right. But I did edit out 2 things on this screen.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Wow. Wow.
And don't forget, next time, Napoleon takes the bridge of Terabithia.
Whoa, that's really good.
Let's get him.
Let's go. That's a good edit, too.
He's going to take it.
Napoleon takes the bridge. Terabithia.
That's good. Fuck.
Gonna kill more kids.
God, the
That movie's so
idea of having a child in Narnia and leaving and they fucking disappear is so funny to me. What the fuck?
They just turn into goop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just turn into goop.
Wow.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to my TED Talk.
Looks like the winner is going to be Prij with 33% of the votes.
Oh, well, thank you, everyone.
Everybody wants Citizen Kane 2 Citizens United.
At least on my movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
Netflix.
we need to make it up. Like, none of us have seen the first one, so we gotta have that sequel.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't want to
It's
die.
Yeah, you don't want to die.
I can't watch it.
You want to die.
Everybody thank Will for coming through. Will, you're the best.
Thanks, Will.
Please go to subpixelfilms.com. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. They're great folks. We like
Do it.
Will. We like Subpixel.
They're fun.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was fun.